trip that's going on in this building. And obviously it's in a, well, not obvious, but to everybody around us, this is the Vietnamese part of town. As you see, even across the street, virtually everything around you is Vietnamese. And so this became a noodle bar. All right, so anyway, so you can see, it's no longer a Long John Silver's, but at one point I used to cook right over there. Behind this wall over here, I'd be the cook. So Dennis, how about you'll come in and you'll be me. You'll be me cooking. Now when I used to cook, right, we'd have the fish in a big basket and we'd shake it. So when we look over at you, just sort of be holding an invisible basket and be shaking it like that. That's getting the grease off of it, all right? And Vivian, you'll be the cashier, okay? And you'll be doing this, all right? All right? You'll be in charge of the money. So come on. And you'll be on the refrigerator. That'll be the cashier. These guys came in here, and I was just over there cooking away, and these guys had huge guns. I mean, they were super pissed, and they ran through here. And they said, get on the ground, motherfuckers, get on the ground, get on the ground. And I was just like, ugh. And this cashier, she froze, and they ran back here. And it was like, get back here, get on the ground, motherfuckers. I mean, they had a huge gun. So they rustled us all back here. And they said, get on the ground. And so, Dennis, you'd get on the ground, and you got to lay on your chest like you're scared, you know? Right? Get on the ground. And Vivian, you got to get on the ground. And these guys are pissed. I mean, and it's not funny anymore, because there had been robberies and people had gotten killed. And the safe was over here where that trash can is now. There was a safe and some cement over there. And the poor manager was working. I mean, she couldn't even stand up hardly. She was so shaken. And I just thought, my God, this is really how you die. It's just 1 minute you're just cooking up someone's order of French fries, and the next minute you're laying on the floor and they blow your brains out, and there's no music, there's no significance. It's just random. It could have been anybody.
So they were without a manager, without a record company, living in this duplex next to Scott. Wayne and Michael and Jonathan lived on the other side. This was when they were frequenting the plasma bank.
Yeah, I mean, we lived, as poor as you can be. I mean, it was me and Michael and Jonathan all living in one side of a duplex, and where we had all our equipment there. That's where we would practice.
If they had to starve, they'd starve. If they had to do without eating, they'd go without eating. One time Wayne went a whole week without eating, just to see what it was like. He went a whole week without eating food.
Michael Ivins was so painfully thin, we thought we should go buy sandwiches over at the concession booth and throw them up on stage.
But things really started to get desperate in the late 80s, where even though I worked at Long John Silver's, in and out, there would be times where we'd go out on tour for so long that we wouldn't make any money and come back and you'd just be poor for a couple of weeks till you have another paycheck come in. It's covered me while I'm
6. In 1996, the Lips assembled an audience of a few hundred cars in a cramped parking garage in Austin, Texas. Each car was given a pre-recorded cassette tape to be triggered at the same time, creating a spontaneous sonic orchestra.
Were you scared that first showdown in Austin last year?
You're fucking A, I was. Not as scared as I was when we did that parking lot experiment down there, though. Everybody turns their tape decks on at the same time, and whatever I put on the tapes comes out of it. Once we had got that parking lot full of a couple thousand people, it sort of seemed like, if I didn't deliver the goods and make something happen, that, hell, I thought someone might get run over.
This is called the parking lot experiment, which later evolved into the boombox experiment, and finally, the 4-CD set Zyreka.
This is the second test to see if
all the tape decks have been engaged properly.
1, 2, 3, go!
So what we've done is we've made 40 tapes that all sort of work on their own sort of logic. But what we do is we give everybody a tape and everybody a boombox. I mean, I say 1, 2, 3, go, and everybody starts them at the same time. And then everybody's turned down. And then at certain times we tell them to turn up and turn down. And what we've tried to do is sort of create this kind of sort of interactive tape deck concert performance. The idea that people believe in me really affected me. That when, after Ronald left the band and we started to do the parking lot things that led us to do Zyreka, I really saw people around me and even our fans say, you know, we believe in you. I know you're doing these weird things, but we really believe in you. And it really affected me. And I thought, I'm going to prove to them that I'm worthy of their belief, you know?
No Funny Lips records ever really sounded the same as the one beforehand. He's always progressing. He's always changing.
If there's a problem in rock today, it's that a lot of bands don't have the courage to try anything insane. And that has never been Wayne's problem.
I think their appeal is much greater now, this far into their career, 20 years on, because they've actually gotten better and they've become more interesting in what they do.
The Soft Bulletin is so refreshingly earnest and sincere.
I think it's such a groundbreaking, mesmerizing, beautiful, heartbreaking record.
Asked you a question. I didn't need you to reply. Is it getting heavy?
Wayne talks about things like death and life and happiness and true human experiences that I don't think a lot of bands touch upon. I think if you hear Waiting for a Superman or you hear Do You Realize or anything like that, these are songs that really touch the human existence and the human heart.
People who love ambitious rock music will be listening to the Lips for years and years and years to come.
I mean, I don't think anybody in Hollywood would let me make a movie. This way, we just don't bullshit anybody. We say, look, this is what we're going to try to do, but if we change our minds when we get there, who cares? Because it's only me and you that ever knew what we were going to do to begin with.
Pictures up. The oxygen is weak, and there aren't any fucking...
Wayne had always talked about making a movie, so I wasn't surprised when he asked me to help him make a science fiction story about a psychotic Santa Claus in outer space.
Hello. I'm Wayne's brother, Ken. I play suicidal Santa Claus. Goes crazy, kills himself.
Wayne and I gathered a cast and crew of family members